Hi everybody, and welcome to I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel, and welcome to a new video. Today we're here in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, and we've just walked off the ship. You saw that in the earlier scene, and we're now at the end of the pier. And today's video is going to be a walk around of the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal and the surrounding areas right by the ship, and what you can do and see immediately when you walk off the ship here in Ocho Rios. So we're going to basically just walk around it. It's not going to be too long a video this because the cruise terminal area isn't very large. So we're just going to basically check out some of the main highlights of the cruise terminal and the port area. It's going to be fairly straightforward. We're going to do a little bit of a narrated talk about the little things that are right here immediately where we dock. And I hope it's useful if you're coming on a future cruise to Ocho Rios, or if you've already been and then maybe didn't notice some of the things that I'm going to point out. It'll be kind of a little bit interesting, I think. So are you ready to check out the port area in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal walk-around? Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're going to start the walk-around right here on the pier. We basically just swung around and had just to have a look back at the ship where it's docked. This is actually the only dock in the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal area, and there's only one ship that can actually dock here. There is actually a second dock off to the left, which you can see off in the distance right over here. That's actually the Sugar Refinery terminal. It is quite rare that there's a second ship dock there, but from time to time you may come into port and see another ship. But generally they all dock at the same pier right here. It's a really nice view of the ship from this point. So as you walk off the ship, it's a good idea to turn back and get yourself a nice selfie. There's not too many people on the pier where I'm making my video now. It's about lunchtime here, so most people are off already on their excursions. There's a few people coming and going still. And I will point out how beautiful the water is from here. Now, it's a little bit breezy all of a sudden, but you can actually see just how clear it is right where we dock. And then this here is the actual shore excursion terminal. So if you have any kind of a boat-related tour, maybe the catamaran or a scuba diving tour, they leave from right here at this jetty. It's pretty simple to walk off and then meet your group and off you go on your tour. And we'll walk around now and we'll check out the main exit to get off the ship. So there is actually three different sort of buildings as we immediately walk off. Pretty easy to figure out. One of them is actually the shore excursion meeting point. So you'd actually head off to the right as you get off the ship right there. And you go straight through that sort of looks like an igloo, doesn't it? It's very strange for Jamaica to have an igloo in this hot weather, but it's like a glamping tent. I'm not sure like it's what it's called, but if anyone has a name of it, please let me know in the comments. And then, of course, that's the exit to get off the ship directly. We're not going to pass that way, of course, because we're going to go back into the terminal. And then you'll actually see right here the kind of walkway that goes down. And then there's actually an information booth right here. And these ladies will tell you some information about the port area, where you could go on excursions. They give out some of the maps. And it's pretty straightforward. If you need to stop for information, the ladies right there would give you all the good information about the port area and where to go here in Ocho Rios. And we come out to a nice, another nice view of the ship. It's always nice. I just like seeing the picture of the ship in the video. It's so nice view. And there's a bit of an open area here. There's a bit of a grassed area, and there's actually a coffee shop right here. And what we might do first is we might just walk out to that little pier area and check out the view of the ship. So this is another photo opportunity right here. And if you just get sort of from this view roughly, you can get a great family photograph right there. So this is basically just the jetty if you're going to take the excursions, but it's a beautiful spot for a photograph. And if you haven't seen the ship already, this is our first port of call for this ship, so this will be the first chance you'll get to sort of stand really close to the ship and where it wasn't at the terminal in Miami or wherever you were. So you get a nice view of the ship properly. And then as we walk off right here, we're going to see this coffee shop right here. So this actually has Wi-Fi, but you need to make a purchase. So that's the only thing with a lot of the Wi-Fi in Ocho Rios. It's not free. It would involve some sort of a purchase of a drink or a coffee. And then you'll see here there's a couple of signs that point out where we're able to go. So there's buses and taxis, of course. And then on this side it says walk through downtown. Always strange when we're in a British island and then they have the signs in Spanish. I always wonder why they're sort of doing that. And this little coffee shop right here actually has the Blue Mountain coffee. So we'll just make a little peek in. So if you're interested in getting some Blue Mountain coffee, you don't have to walk too far. You could literally stay almost on the ship, get your souvenirs, and then run back on the ship. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret, but it's not a secret really. Of course, coffee's right here, right next to the ship if you don't want to walk anywhere else. But the other one would be to walk further downtown and go to one of the local supermarkets and have a look for coffee at the supermarket. A lot of people also want jerk sauces and seasonings. And that would be a good tip if you want to sort of get all the things. You'll actually see some right there as well. So yeah, there's some coffee, a latte, there's some cold drinks, some sodas. Now a good tip as well, if you like Coca-Cola, the Caribbean Coca-Cola is a bit of a different taste. It's got the real sugar in it. So if you're a Coca-Cola drinker, it'd be a good time to get yourself a cola and taste what the real Coca-Cola tastes like. Alright, so basically as we walk out here, there's a sign right above us which points out all of the nearby tours and where you can go. So one thing for me personally would be to do a little bit of research ahead of time and check out some of the maybe top 5 or top 10 places to see in Ocho Rios. That way then you're not walking off blindly and then sort of you're going to be sort of approached by quite a few different people here. And you're not going to know really what prices, where they are, how far away they are. So yeah, there's some the shopping, downtown shopping. There's a taxi, which is really only about a 5 or 7 minute walk. But most other places go off to hotels, Dunn River Falls, of course, Blue Hole and places like that. So when you walk out, it's pretty easy to basically get yourself an unorganized tour and get a taxi and head to it. So yeah, once you walk out here, you'll see all of the taxi drivers. And then there's a whole lot of minibuses right here. And sort of tour buses, if you want to call them that. And these guys would actually arrange to take you somewhere on some sort of a tour. And then of course in the port area we're going to see a lot of Jamaican souvenirs. So if you are not wanting to go too far away from the cruise terminal area, shopping is right here. You can literally walk off 3 or 4 minutes and you can get yourself anything you like as long as it's Jamaican colors. Yeah, man, no problem. So there's a ton of different things. And then tonight on the ship when we go back on board, all we see is everybody wearing Jamaican stuff. Oh, some beautiful ladies just walking by. You can look for them on your Facebook if you like. All right, let's keep walking around. So basically there is an exit point to get out of the terminal immediately. There's a striped crossing right here. And the easiest way that I do it, unfortunately, is to walk right through the middle of the cars. And what we'll do is we'll actually head to the exit from here. And we'll show where that is and we'll check out some of the other little basic shopping area right here. So these are all taxis that are actually sanctioned by the cruise terminal and the port authority. And so these guys have all been sort of cross-checked and their cars and vehicles and things like that. And all of these would go then to local destinations. And it's pretty easy to basically speak to a driver, ask him, tell him where you want to go, and tell him, and maybe negotiate a price, I guess. So whether or not it's a free entry to a place or it's some sort of a resort or beach. All right, so what we'll do is we'll skirt around the outside of the cruise port area and we'll see obviously more souvenirs. We've got some nice wooden things right here. And one of the strange things I always find in the Caribbean is they always have elephants. And elephants are very, very un-Jamaican, but we see them anyway. So again, lots and lots of say sort of flea market style stalls immediately where the cruise terminal is. So this is pretty easy to just stop by and do some shopping.
Take a look inside.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. No worries. Thanks. And then you'll see here a lot of stuff does look kind of duplicated to me. So there is stall after stall after stall with very similar things. But that's kind of the nature of flea markets. Yeah, if you need yourself a nice souvenir and a remembrance of your cruise, these are kind of cool. These coconut shell purses, coconut husks. So what we'll do is we'll actually kind of walk right the way back over. So now from here where we've walked, you'll see the gate to come in and out of the port. And you'll see those two ladies just walking in over there. That's the actual exit to get out of the cruise terminal, the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal. And so if you're basically just watching this to sort of see how to get off and get on, very simple. Now the only thing, every time when I come out here, they're playing loud music right by the exit. It's kind of like a band that plays. And what we'll do is we'll come back to the other stalls, and that way you get an idea of where we are. Again, we can still see the ship right behind us or in front of us now as we're walking back towards the ship slowly. So the intention of this video is purely for you to understand the port area and what to expect when you get off the ship, and really the fact that you can get the taxis, you can get the tours, you can do some shopping, and you're not walking too far off the ship if you don't want to. There is a lot of people who basically sometimes sort of, oh, I don't want to get off, I don't want to go anywhere, you know, I don't want to see anything. But we'll check out some of the stalls on the other side here and see what else they've got. Oh, this is kind of cool. Fresh coconut juice. So where we would come back into the ship is right here. Now there's actually sort of two entry points. One that drops off the excursions, and then the one that's the main walk-in right here. That's the security checkpoint to come back in the ship. And there's hair braiding right here. And then there is fresh coconuts that they'll basically husk right here for you. Put a straw in it, and you're good to go. No, thank you. Thank you though. And then we'll just walk around this other outside area. So this is the kind of, as we've walked off, we're now at the right side of the cruise terminal. And the music's a little bit softer now, so we're gonna see again lots of the flea market items. Of course, a lot of very similar repeated things in each stall, but again, if you want a bit of variety, just have a wander around and you're going to find yourself, I think, something that's a little bit unique and different. So the one thing out here, they're selling mostly clothing, souvenirs, yeah, basically anything that's Jamaican related, I guess you would call it. And there's quite a lot of stuff. And there's kind of the football style shirts. And there's lots of ladies. Yeah, that's it. Hi. And then there's lots of small trinkets if you want for the kids. So yeah, we see lots of ladies tonight wearing all of the sarong style cover-ups and dresses. So it's kind of cool. And we're hearing that music sort of getting a little bit louder again. So what we'll do is we'll get as close as we can without it cutting out the volume too much. So let's just have a look around again where we are here. So this is going to be solely a video of the cruise terminal. And we'll still see the ship just behind us. We haven't walked that far. If you really were just to get off and have a wander around, you could literally do it in about 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour at the most, if you were to walk slowly around all the shops. Of course, walking around now, it's a little bit earlier, so there's not too many people here. When all the tours come back, it gets a little bit more crowded around the shops here. So let's just keep going a little bit further down. Now that music's getting a little bit louder, but it's okay. We'll soldier on. Now the one thing with the cruise terminal, there is sort of pretty trees here, but it's not very shaded. So if you are going to just walk off, it's very sunny right here. So Alright, let's just keep going right to the edge of the gate. And then we'll cut back in afterwards as we get through the security gate. Okay. Alright, lots of stuff to see. That music is awfully loud. Alright, so this is pretty easy to get out of here. What we'll do is we're just going to walk to the end of the street here just to get an idea of the location of where we are. And then that'll slowly end the video. So alright, so basically just walk through. Coming back on, this is where you'll show your ID and photograph and your room key of some form to get back on the ship. You'll see here they've got their signage. And here we are in the main, basically the main road coming into the cruise terminal. So now, most of this area right here is completely unsanctioned. So essentially anybody that's outside the gate of the cruise terminal isn't allowed in the cruise terminal. I know that sounds very weird, but these are basically all still taxi drivers, guys that'll take you on excursions and tours. Generally they're a little bit cheaper if you're outside here already and you've got this far down the street. So you would have the option of sort of getting yourself a taxi from here and going on a tour. And then, now the one thing I'm going to point out here, there's going to be two things I'll point out right at the end of the video here. One here is this first bar here on the right hand side, which is called Ocean's 11. Now this is a kind of a cool spot. We actually might have a little quick wander in. A bit of music playing. But if you need a beach bar, which is not really next to the beach, but right here next to the ship. It's a little bit empty right now. They do have a menu as well. And they have Wi-Fi here as well. So if you're coming, you'll see the view from here back to the beach at Margaritaville. And that beach is completely free to use. This is Margaritaville Beach. Now, there is another video that I've made about how to get to Margaritaville Beach from the cruise ship. And check out the view, check how clear the water is. Very nice. So yeah, check out the other video on the channel about how to get to Margaritaville Beach. It's completely free to use this beach. It is a public beach. And there's not too many people there today, so yeah, great spot. Yeah. And we'll walk back out here of Ocean's 11. Bit of a free plug for Ocean's 11. Should get a free sandwich or something, or a drink. I don't think so, but there is Wi-Fi here. They'll give you the password at the bar to get the password for the Wi-Fi.
How are you doing today, sir?
Very well.
Can I make a small suggestion today?
Tell me. You're going to be live to the world.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Jamaica. My name is Harvey. What I want to do is give you a nice little scenic tour today, my friend. I want to show you places like the Blue Hole, the rainforest, the waterfalls, take you in the mountainside, 200 feet above sea level. And it's a wonderful price, my friend. Check it out. I'll show you the rainforest where they did the movie Cool Runnings, John Candy. We drive you through there, we stop on the side, take some pictures, then we take you 200 feet above sea level, my friend. You get a panoramic view of the town. It's very beautiful. It has a bar, restaurant. It's a nice lookout spot. And then we can have a pit stop there. Then we show you a nice looking local waterfall. We have the Duns River if you choose, which is $25 a person to enter, but we have a local falls called Ruins of the Falls, and it's only $2 a person to get inside, my friend. And then after we finish, we take you to a local beach called the Bamboo Blue Beach where you can relax. If you want to get some food, you can eat it here, or you can go to Scotches. And it's very affordable, my friend. My price is very reasonable.
No worries. So when we come back, we're going to come and look for Harvey.
Yeah, well,
and he's right by the blue.
No, that's not how you find me, man. You find me on Facebook. It's called Meet Harvey in Jamaica Tours, okay? On Facebook.
Meet Harvey
in Jamaica Tours.
Now, all right. So we're going to look you up, and we're going to come back and get on a tour with you. So we're going to look for you, okay? Nice. All right, let's keep walking. So that was Ocean's 11. So again, if you want a drink, if you want a beer, if you want to relax.
You're Mr. Carnival.
No.
Hey, you work in Carnival Cruise?
Yeah. All right, let's keep walking. So there's still more people right here pitching all the excursions and tours. Of course, we can have a look for Harvey there. You'll notice what he said in the little speech. And then there's more drivers. There is taxi drivers everywhere here. So we'll have a look. So immediately getting off the pier, we're going to kind of get to the island village. And that'll basically slowly end the video right here. There is a couple of shops here on the right-hand side. Now, one thing if you are going to be going to the Dun River Falls is you will need aqua shoes. If you haven't brought them with you on your cruise, Aqua shoes are a necessity. Now there's one souvenir shop right here. It's nice and air conditioned in here too. So Ocean's 11 shop. It's actually connected to the back of the bar. So here you can get sunscreen. If you want any little bit nicer souvenirs, some pottery right here. Pottery in the Caribbean. Lots of hats. That's actually a big shop. There's a lot of stuff right here. It is a suitcase as well. I'm not sure if you've bought so much already, but... And this is actually the back door entrance to the bar where we just were and where we saw the beach. Right there. So if you need some sunscreen and you've walked off on aqua shoes, and you really haven't watched this before your cruise started, there is some coffee tasting here, some Blue Mountain coffee again. And then we've got some rum tasting, rum cakes. And there's a nice shop right here. We'll have a quick peek in the door of the shop. So if you need some local Jamaican rum, this is your spot right here. And pretty much the one thing that you really need to buy, because you can't get it anywhere else, is Rum Cream. This is Sangster's Rum Cream. So this is basically Caribbean Baileys. So if you don't know about it, get onto it. And if worse comes to worse, buy this small bottle and drink it right here in the shop. Maybe see if you can get some ice. Pour yourself a Caribbean Baileys, Sangster's Rum Cream. And at the back there, you're going to see Appleton, which is probably the most famous brand in terms of the country's export. But the locals drink Ray and Nephew. So, and now this stuff is the overproof. So get ready for this to knock you over a little. But they've got right up to 3-litre bottles. A half gallon there for 25 bucks. So yeah. In the country? How many shops have you got? How many more shops are there?
How many more shops? Only one shop. Only one shop.
We can't lose.
Look around, man.
Yeah. So if you're walking off the ship and you want to get your Jamaican souvenirs, again, you'll see here the jerk sauce and seasonings. This is the Appleton display, which is, for me, the coolest thing. So you've got a lot of different options, right up to the 50-year-old Appleton. Now, this was bottled in an intention of opening 50 years after the distillery opened. It was the first barrels produced and opened 50 years later. Lots of Blue Mountain coffee right here. So Jablum is one of the brands that have the coffee. And you'll see here the prices. And then more Ray and Nephew. So yeah, you've got a lot of options. And then there is some non-Jamaican alcohol on the right-hand side. So yeah, plenty of other choices. That was kind of cool to get a walk around in here. Let's keep going. Thanks, mate.
Want to taste something?
No, I'd love to, but no, it's all right.
Rum cake?
No, it's good. Thank you, though. Oh, check that out. The rum cake. We're going to check out the last couple of places here. And we'll have almost completed the walk around of the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal. Now this, of course, where we are right here is outside the physical gate of the cruise terminal, but it's still part of the area. So what I'm going to do, we'll walk down to the entrance to the island village, and I'll consider myself then kind of at the end of the cruise terminal area. No, thanks. Everyone's offering me food and drink. Check out these young coconuts right there. No, it's all right. No, it's thanks, mate. All right. And then we're going to keep walking right here. A little bit of cars in the parking lot. And then we'll get ourselves to Island Village. A few people coming back. So this is basically the main footpath back into the cruise terminal.
Ready for the taxi now, man?
So it's pretty easy to walk. And I'm going to end the video just about here. We'll have a bit of a closing snippet of the video. And you'll check out where we are. Now, if anybody did watch my How to Get to Margaritaville Beach video, you'll know this guy right here was the one that distracted me last time. The one doing this contortion tricks. I don't know what he's going to do here now. We'll actually check him out for a minute. Oh, he's showing someone a little thing. Oh, check that out. Oh, wow. There we go. And that's the guy that was last time when I made the video. So this is the entrance here to where Margaritaville Beach is, and the shopping area, which is Island Village. So this is where I'm going to basically end the video. You can switch off whenever you're ready, or we'll just do a little bit of a closing speech about the port area. And you'll see now the walk back to the ship. What we might do is just cross the street, because it's a little bit less noisy. The guy playing the bongo drums there. And you'll see the cars do drive on the left-hand side here. And so yeah, that's one thing to notice if you're going to cross the street. Look the right direction. We can just see the ship where we've walked. So we haven't walked more than, I mean, immediately from the gangway to where I am right now, it's not even 7, 9, maybe 10 minutes. So yeah, let's do the ending part of the video, and I'll give my final thoughts. Okay everybody, so we've come to the end of our walk around of the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal area. And I hope you've liked the video. If you are watching to the very end, let me know that you watched to the very end. Traveling with Russell videos can be fun, can maybe be a little bit boring for some people. But the whole point is they're informational. So we're going to get some good information about where we've docked with the ship right here in Ocho Rios and the immediate surrounding areas right where we dock. So yeah, thanks for watching I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button, or click it I guess. There is a bell for notifications of the newest videos, which I try to do once a week or twice a week. So yeah, keep watching the channel. I do like seeing all the comments, so post some comments. I do my best to try to reply to every comment that's put on every video. I know that might sound tough, but if I can keep up with it, then I will do from here out. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you maybe think I missed something on the information, put it in the comments as well. Maybe share this into one of your favorite groups or social media channels. And thanks for watching I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel from here in Ocho Rios, the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal walk around. Bye everybody.